No, this is probably the last thing anybody wants to hear, but I was going to do something a little bit different tonight. And instead of picking up where we had been in Thessalonians, the other day, well, not the other day, probably a couple weeks ago now, Brian had a Sunday school where he opened it up. It was a question and answer period. And towards the end of it, a discussion got started about rest and working. And there was a little bit of, back and forth with that. And at the time, I remembered somebody, I think Brian asked me, and I said, I thought there was a confusion of categories. I thought people were using the same words, but actually talking about two different things. And there were some people came up afterwards, and there was a little bit of confusion. So what I wanted to do is revisit that a little bit and kind of touch on, I think, how we should preach to ourselves. You know, Brian is constantly exhorting us, preach the gospel to yourself, preach the gospel to yourself. We're teaching ourselves all the time, and so it behooves us to actually teach ourselves well, right? And the terminology we use and how we even talk to ourselves affects how we think about things. And it certainly affects other people and how they think about things. So we talk about spiritual things all the time, and of course, nobody's demanding theological precision with everything that we say. However, sometimes we talk about things in such a way that really, I think, is not always helpful and can be confusing. So as we go into this, I just want to say I'm not dealing with anyone who said anything. So as the debate went back and forth, everyone who was talking about it